Here's the thing about Disney. It's not just a theme park. It's practically its own universe, and the difference between the guests who float through their day, riding headliners with a smile, grabbing the snacks everyone raves about, catching all the shows without stress, and the people who are sweaty, cranky, and arguing with their family in line for It's a Small World, comes down to one thing: strategy. The smartest Disney guests don't just show up and wing it. They do 7 things differently that make the entire trip smoother, cheaper, and, honestly, a whole lot more magical. And today, I'm letting you in on every single one of them. Number 1, they master the timing game. Alright, timing. This is where the smart guests win before the average visitor has even finished their morning coffee. Here's the deal. Disney parks reward early risers. If you're standing outside the gates at 7:30 a.m. for an 8 a.m. opening, you're not just being extra, you're about to experience Disney in a way most people never do. Rope drop, which is Disney speak for being in the park the second it opens. It's like stepping into an entirely different world. Rides that normally sit at 90-minute waits later in the day, you're walking on with 5, maybe 10 minutes tops. I'll give you a concrete example. At Hollywood Studios, Slinky Dog Dash regularly balloons to a 2-hour wait by 10:30 a.m., but if you rope drop, you can be on and off that coaster before most people have even scanned their ticket. And then, here's where the smart move comes in. While the rest of the crowd is stampeding toward Toy Story Land, you slide over to Tower of Terror or Rock and Roller Coaster and walk right on. It's like playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. But mornings aren't the only secret window. Smart guests also know the nighttime trick. Fireworks hit, the music swells, and thousands of people flood out of the park. That's when you double back. Want to ride Space Mountain, Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion? The waits plummet, and the energy? Completely different. There's something about riding Big Thunder Mountain with the fireworks going off overhead that feels like a VIP experience, and it's free, just because you timed it right. And don't sleep on the midday lull either. This is the part of the day when waits skyrocket. The sun is merciless and tempers flare. Smart guests, they don't fight it, they pivot. This is when you mobile order a snack, duck into an air-conditioned show like Carousel of Progress or Finding Nemo the Musical, or even head back to your resort for a swim. Because when you recharge during the peak chaos, you're fresh and ready to go when everyone else is dragging their feet. Timing isn't just about saving time, it's about protecting your energy, getting more done, and experiencing the parks at their absolute best. Number 2, they use Genie Plus strategically, not randomly. Now, let's talk Genie Plus. Oh boy, this is where smart guests completely separate themselves from the rookies. For anyone new, Genie Plus is Disney's skip-the-line system. You pay a daily fee, and it lets you reserve lightning lanes for certain rides. But here's the thing. If you use it randomly, it can feel like you just wasted your money. I see it all the time. People booking a lightning lane for It's a Small World at 9:15 in the morning, while Space Mountain builds up a 120-minute wait across the park. Rookie mistake. Smart guests treat Genie Plus like a puzzle. They know it's all about stacking. Here's how it works. You book your first lightning lane at 7 a.m. sharp. Yes, you need to set an alarm. Let's say you grab Slinky Dog Dash for 2 p.m. Now, you can't book another one until you either use it or 120 minutes have passed. So what do smart guests do? They set a timer. The second that 2-hour window is up, they grab another lightning lane and another. By lunchtime, they've stacked 3 or 4 headliners in the afternoon. Meanwhile, in the morning, they're using rope drop time to crush rides with no wait. By the time the average guest is queuing for their first big ride, the smart guest has a whole lineup of lightning lanes ready to go. And yes, sometimes it's worth paying extra for individual lightning lanes. That's for the super high demand rides not included in Genie Plus like Rise of the Resistance, Tron, or Flight of Passage. And before you say, but that's more money, let's be real. What's the cost of 2 hours of your vacation standing in a line? Your time is worth more. Smart guests know when to spend strategically to get hours of their life back. Here's an insider trick, too. Don't just look at the ride, look at the return time. Sometimes grabbing a slightly less popular ride with an early return means you can burn through it fast and unlock more bookings sooner. It's not just what you pick, it's when you pick. That's the chess game of Genie Plus. Oh, and one last thing. Smart guests coordinate as a group. One person handles the Genie Plus bookings, the other mobile orders food. Someone else checks show times. It's like running a tiny mission control, and it makes everything smoother. And speaking of being smart with your Disney strategy, let's talk tickets. Disney prices are no joke, but smart guests know not to buy directly through Disney when they don't have to. I always recommend Undercover Tourist. They're an authorized seller, you get legit Disney tickets, and you'll usually save anywhere from $30 to $70 per ticket compared to buying at the gate. That's money back in your pocket for churros, merch, or, let's be real, another Dole Whip. I'll link them in the description so you can check today's prices. Number 3, they plan food like a mission. Okay, let's be honest. Food is one of the best parts of a Disney trip, but if you don't plan it, food will ruin your day. I've seen people spend 40 minutes in line for a pretzel while missing their Lightning Lane window for Space Mountain. Brutal. Here's what smart guests do. They mobile order everything. Almost every quick service spot has mobile ordering now. You open the app, pick your food, select a pickup window, and pay. Then, when you're ready, you just walk up and tap, "I'm here." While everyone else is sweating in line for a Dole Whip, you're already enjoying yours in the shade. Pro example, Aloha Isle in Magic Kingdom, home of the famous Dole Whip. That line gets ridiculous in the afternoon, but if you mobile order a couple hours ahead, you stroll up like a VIP and pick it up with zero wait. Same goes for Ronto Roasters and Galaxy's Edge. Those wraps are incredible, but not if you spend 26 minutes for your Batu adventure waiting for one. And then there's sit-down dining. The best restaurants, Cinderella's Royal Table, Be Our Guest, California Grill, they book 60 days in advance at 6 a.m. Eastern, sharp. Smart guests set an alarm, log in, and grab those reservations before they're gone. Missed it? Don't panic. People cancel all the time, sometimes the night before. Smart guests refresh the app obsessively, and they know to check during odd hours, like midnight, 6 a.m., or even during dinner time when people change their plans. That's when openings pop up. Here's another overlooked food hack. Smart guests use dining not just to eat, but to rest. A 90-minute sit-down meal in the middle of the day is air conditioning, guaranteed seating, and a reset button for your whole group. That's why they plan their food like a mission. It's fuel, it's comfort, and if you play it right, it's an experience. Like watching fireworks from Ohana with noodles in hand, or eating at Skipper Canteen where the Jungle Cruise humor keeps the vibe alive. Number 4, they don't wing it with park hopping. Park hopping is one of those things that sounds simple on paper. Oh, we'll just go to another park in the afternoon. But if you don't think it through, it can eat up hours of your day. Smart guests don't just hop randomly, they hop with purpose. Here's the reality. Park hopping at Disney starts at 2 p.m. That means you've got your morning locked in at one park, but after lunch, the game changes. And the smart play? Pair parks that complement each other. Let me give you an example. One of my favorite combos is starting at Animal Kingdom. Why? Because you can hit Flight of Passage, Expedition Everest, and Kilimanjaro safaris in the morning with minimal waits. By noon, Animal Kingdom is usually heating up, literally and figuratively. Lines are long, the sun is brutal, and honestly, there's less to do there compared to the other parks. So what do smart guests do? They hop straight to Epcot for dinner and World Showcase. You go from early morning thrills with banshees and roller coasters to sipping margaritas in Mexico by sunset. It's the perfect balance. Another great hop? Magic Kingdom to Epcot. You spend your morning in Fantasyland and Tomorrowland, then hop on the monorail and boom, you're eating around the world at Epcot by late afternoon. Bonus? No bus rides. Just a smooth monorail transfer with that classic Disney nostalgia baked in. Transportation is key here too. Smart guests factor travel time into their plans. If you're relying on buses, you're at the mercy of traffic and wait times. But if you plan your parks around the Skyliner or monorail, you cut down that wasted time and even add a little magic. The Skyliner, by the way, is like its own attraction, gliding over Caribbean beach resorts with a breeze in your face. Way better than sweating at a bus stop. And here's something most people don't realize. Park hopping also resets the energy of your group. By 2 p.m., everyone's tired, cranky, maybe over the crowds. But the second you step into a new park, boom! Fresh vibes, new snacks, new rides. It's like hitting the reset button on your day. So no, smart guests don't just hop because it's an option. They hop with a game plan, combining parks in a way that maximizes rides, minimizes downtime, and keeps the magic alive all day long. Number 5, they always pack smart and light. Okay, let's talk bags. You can spot the rookie Disney guest a mile away. They're the ones hauling a giant backpack stuffed with 3 sweatshirts, 6 bottles of sunscreen, and an entire CVS pharmacy, just in case. By noon, their shoulders are sore, their bag check took forever, and they're basically a pack mule for the rest of the group. Smart guests? They travel light. Here's the essential list. Portable charger, Genie Plus and the Disney app will destroy your battery. Refillable water bottle, because $4.50 bottled water adds up fast, and quick service restaurants give free ice water. Poncho. Florida rain doesn't ask for permission. It just dumps. Sunglasses, sunscreen, maybe a hat. Comfortable shoes, and I mean real shoes. You're walking 7 to 10 miles a day, minimum. Cute sandals might look good in the morning castle photo, but by 4 p.m., you'll regret every step. And that's it. Everything else is fluff. Here's the insider trick though. The lighter your bag, the faster you move. Bag check lines, you breeze through. Getting on and off rides, easier. Walking around Epcot's World Showcase without 10 pounds on your back, bliss. I'll give you an example. One time I was in Epcot with 2 friends. One had a massive bag packed with emergency snacks, jackets, a giant camera, and even a spare pair of shoes. The other had a crossbody bag with just a phone, wallet, and sunscreen. Guess who was still smiling at 8 p.m.? Yeah, the light packer. Smart guests also think ahead about what not to bring. You don't need 4 different water bottles. You don't need a full-sized umbrella. That's what ponchos are for. And you definitely don't need a giant DSLR if your phone camera is perfectly fine. Less is truly more at Disney. Oh, and here's a micro hack. If you're carrying a backpack, use a small one with multiple compartments. Why? Because security checks are faster when your stuff is easy to open and see. No one wants to be the person holding up the line while security digs through crumpled granola bars and tangled chargers. Smart guests? No. Pack light, move fast, and let Disney feel magical instead of heavy. Number 6, they know when to break the rules. Kind of. Not Disney's actual rules. I'm not talking about sneaking into restricted areas or cutting lines. I'm talking about breaking the unwritten rules. This is how everyone else does it habits that don't actually serve you. For example, the parade. Everyone flocks to Main Street, lines up an hour early, and bakes in the sun just to see the floats. Smart guests? They head to Frontierland. Same parade, way fewer people, way better view. Plus, once the parade passes, you're already right by Big Thunder Mountain while Main Street is still gridlocked. Fireworks? Sure, standing in front of the castle is iconic, but it's also shoulder to shoulder, stressful, and you'll get shoved the second Tinkerbell flies. Smart guests know there are amazing alternative spots. The Polynesian Village Resort Beach gives you a wide open view with the music piped in. The ferry boat dock outside Magic Kingdom gives you a panoramic view of the castle with no crowds. Or, my personal favorite, riding Big Thunder Mountain during the fireworks. You'll never forget that. Another rule smart guests break, the idea that you have to follow the crowd flow. Most people walk into a park and turn right. Smart guests, they go left. It sounds silly, but it works. In Magic Kingdom, that means while everyone else clogs Tomorrowland, you're breezing into Adventureland and knocking out Pirates and Jungle Cruise with barely any wait. And it doesn't stop there. Lunch at noon, dinner at 6? That's when lines are longest. Smart guests eat off hours, 11 a.m. for lunch, 3:30 p.m. for an early dinner. You avoid the crush, you get your food faster, and you're back on rides while everyone else is still waiting for their table to be called. Here's the golden mindset. Zig when others zag. If you see a crowd building somewhere, ask yourself, what just got shorter across the park? Because every time a mass of people commits to one thing, whether it's a show, fireworks, or a parade, something else gets easier. Smart guests take advantage of that. The beauty of this rule-breaking mindset is that it doesn't cost you anything. You don't need Genie Plus, you don't need special tickets. You just need to look around, notice the patterns, and go the opposite direction. That's how you skip the chaos and still get every ounce of Disney magic. And number 7, they protect their energy, mental and physical. This one is huge, and honestly, it's the difference between having Disney and magical memories. or just blisters and cranky arguments. Smart guests know how to protect their energy, both physically and mentally. Let's start with the physical. You're walking a lot, 7 to 10 miles a day, sometimes more. Florida heat, relentless. Crowds, constant. If you push through without breaks, you'll burn out by day 2. Smart guests schedule downtime on purpose. That might mean heading back to the resort in the afternoon to swim, nap, or just sit in some AC. It might mean catching a show in park, Hall of Presidents, Carousel of Progress, or the Festival of the Lion King. All of them give you 20 to 30 minutes off your feet while still keeping you entertained. Mentally, the secret is flexibility. Things will go wrong at Disney. Rides break down, rain pours, lightning shuts down test track. Smart guests don't panic, they pivot. Ride closed? Cool. Grab a snack. Hop on something else or check back later. Rainstorm? Even better. The crowd's thin and you'll have some of the most atmospheric rides of your life. Splash Mountain, back when it was open, in the rain, was peak Disney. And here's something almost nobody talks about. Smart guests don't overschedule. I know it's tempting to plan every single minute, but when your day looks like 9 o'clock Dumbo, 10 o'clock Peter Pan, 10:45 Haunted Mansion, 11:30 Splash Mountain, you're just setting yourself up for stress the second something goes off schedule. Smart guests plan anchor moments like 2 or 3 must-dos, and then build flexibility around them. That way, when the unexpected happens, and it will, you don't feel like your whole plan fell apart. Protecting your energy isn't about avoiding exhaustion. It's about keeping your mood light so you actually enjoy the trip. The happiest guests aren't the ones who did the most. They're the ones who did enough, stayed flexible, and left room for magic to surprise them. So here's the truth. Disney magic isn't random. It's not just getting lucky with short lines or stumbling into the best snacks. It's knowing the rhythm of the parks, having a strategy, and leaving enough space for spontaneity. The guests who seem like they've cracked the code? Well, they have. And now, so do you. But I want to hear from you. What's your smartest Disney trick? Do you rope drop? Do you have a secret snack spot nobody else knows about? Or maybe a fireworks viewing spot you'll never give away? Drop it in the comments. I love seeing everyone's unique hacks. And hey, before you go, I put together a free Disney packing checklist and a Disney vacation savings planner just for you. You can grab both inside our free school community, links right down in the description. Oh, and if you still need your park tickets, don't pay full price at the gate. Grab them through Undercover Tourist and save yourself some serious cash. I'll link that down there too. And don't stop here. I've got another video lined up that's going to take your Disney trip to the next level. Click over, keep the magic going, and remember, your adventure is just beginning.